Hey, what's up, everybody? Rod J back again. Time to take a look at another beer. Decided to do a little bit of a live stream chat today here on a Sunday, especially since I guess people are starting to lock themselves down and lock themselves in because of the concerns all taking place out here with the coronavirus things. Hopefully, you guys are having a great Sunday as well. Hello, Erie. Cheers to you, my friend. Not soon enough, though. LOL. Yeah, I'm right here. So, cheers to Alan. What's going on, my friend? Cheers to Thomas as well. And decided that I was going to take a look at a beer before I jump over here and play a little Call of Duty for a bit on the gaming channel. And this one is actually going to be one that I picked up on a recent trip when I was up in Columbus, Ohio. It's from Wolves Ridge Brewing. It is their Clear Sky Blueberry Parfait. So this one has an interesting name to it, an interesting beer. It is a cream ale with blueberry, cinnamon, and vanilla added. Comes in at 5.5% ABV and makes mention on the label. Our Wolfpack Social Club is made up of some of our most passionate fans. That passion occasionally leads to great ideas and a very vocal demand for more of our limited beers. Thanks to them, we finally decided to make enough Blueberry Parfait to bottle, inspired by your morning yogurt parfait. This beer is bursting with character from the color on through to the cinnamon and blueberry heavy aroma and flavor. And it was actually bottled here mid-December. One that I picked up on my last run to Columbus. Decided to go ahead and break it out of the cooler. Price on this one is there on the label as well. It is $6.99 if my camera decides to zoom in, and there it is. And so a nice 22-ounce bottle for this one. Pretty cool artwork, I'll say, on the label as well, as you can see with the skyline. Kind of a neat looking look to it. So let's go ahead and get this baby into a glass. And Alan says, I might have to make a beer run today or tomorrow. Thanks to this, and the governor's shutting down schools. Yeah. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people making different runs, but go while you can, I believe. I don't know what's going to happen in the areas you're in. They haven't announced anything for the stores here. Outside of, like in Ohio, they're going to be closing possibly the bars and the restaurants as of tomorrow. Not sure how it's going to impact the other things like beer stores and all that kind of stuff. Although they are reducing hours at like Kroger and Walmart. Like we have 24-hour shops here where we're at, and they're reducing those hours. And I did hear some states are looking at having just like the basic type places open, like a grocery store, which if your grocery store does sell alcohol, you're okay, but some don't. And then, your maybe gas station type things or things along those lines. So definitely be careful and safe out there. Although there's different feelings on both sides of the equation, whether or not we should be all staying in or whether we all just need to get out and get it over with and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that here in a little bit too. Let me see here. Ross has been working a while. A lot. Love here. Loved everyone here. Yeah, definitely, Rob. Good to see you as well, my friend. And he also says hello to Alan. And hello, glad Alan's home and I work. Yeah, I mean, if you got the balance there, that definitely makes the difference. Some people don't have that benefit, so it's a matter of all these kids being home. What if they aren't there to be actually take care of the kids? Then that can be a concern. So, but if you can make it work, you can make it work, and we'll see. Ooh, look at that! It's got a nice purple color coming out. Real good purple, deep purple. Gonna spot that there. Switch it over to the beer review cam. Booyah, then bam, there it is. The Clear Sky Blueberry Parfait. Look at that. That's got a nice looking color. And I kind of dig that purple. Got a nice head on there. That'll open up the aromas nicely with some good foaminess. Cheers to Gilbert in the house as well. Says cheers, fools, and cheers to Alan. Alan, back to him as well. Thomas said, keep safe, everyone. No doubt. Make sure you are being safe out there. It's got a nice feel of the blueberry coming out. It almost has a smoothie like appeal to it. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's got a nice little aromatic. You do have to take a pretty good whiff to actually get the aroma out. It's not coming out as easy, so you do have to dig down and really pull it out. Oh my. You get a nice feel of the cinnamon. It's got a nice refreshing quality to it. That foam almost adds like there's a little bit of a frothiness with it. You definitely get an appeal of it being like a parfait yogurt. Wow. This is actually pretty nice. It's got a nice little bit of a velvety texture in the mouth. You can really feel it nicely in the cheek area. The flavors are lingering ever so nicely. Get a little bit of a uh, slight tart acidity feel to it, but not overly done. A little bit and a tiny bit of so an astringency in play. Not overly carbonated. Carbonation sits pretty nicely. As I go down half the glass, the head is really hanging in there. It's a nice one. Like I said, it's a cream ale, so you expect to get that creamy feel to it, but then done with the blueberries and the vanilla extract and the cinnamon, it really does come together nicely. Wolf's Ridge is out of Columbus, Ohio. I usually only get their beers when I'm up in that area when I'm on trips and stuff. I can occasionally get it like at Jungle Gyms, but I haven't picked it up more recently. But they always seem to have some nice beers and kind of nice. I'm kind of digging this one. Again, it's got that sour feel, but not overly done like some of the sours you think of. It's not going fully to that full tilt, but it does give you a nice appeal. And if you do like blueberry, you will definitely enjoy this one because the blueberry is not to be hidden in this beer. Alan says there are a lot of folks that are going to be economically impacted, whether business owners or have to take off from work due to school closings and child care places not having room. That's considering if all child care places will even be open as well, because some child care places they may have to shut down, um, depending on situations and what it calls from the state. Part of the package that was being passed in the House. I think it still has to be ratified or whatever, but it did have like for companies to still pay employees over a period of time if they couldn't come to work or whatever. So we'll see how that all plays out. There's always a little back and forth with those things, but yeah, people that can't afford to be off. I was on in the comments of Joe D's show earlier this morning when he did a stream, and they were talking about some of the comments and mentioning like some people don't have an emergency fund. It's always recommended you have 3 to 6 months, at least an emergency fund of what you would monthly make in case something were to happen because you want to be prepared. There's a lot of people that don't have that type of savings out there. So for them, they can't afford this economic type hit. And some people are going to still do what they're going to do if they got to feel like the ends meet. And there's other people that'll do their own selfish reasons. For instance, the person that just flew the guy from New York to Fort Lauderdale because he wanted to get down to Fort Lauderdale and didn't tell them he had the coronavirus or tested positive until they landed in Fort Lauderdale, even though he knew when he got on the plane. That's just some shady stuff that some people will do, and they'll put other people at risk just so they can accomplish their goals. So it'll be some interesting things out there taking place. Rousers have been working 12, still have love. Yeah, 12 hour shifts. Whew. You know what? If I could do 4 10-hour shifts in a week, I've always said this before, that wouldn't be bad and you get a 3-day weekend. 12 hours would be definitely pushing it though. Gilbert, don't have kids, all good other than the waves of toilet paper buyers. Yeah, the toilet paper buyers are out there crushing things. Not sure what that is really all about outside of they had the one guy that they've been featuring online. I shared a thing on my Facebook page earlier. He went around. He was in Tennessee. He went around to stores in Tennessee, then loaded up in stores in Kentucky of sanitizer, toilet paper, of all these different things, and then tried to resell on Amazon and eBay at a high price, and they all shut him down. They all found out what he was doing. He got shut down. So now he has like 18,000 things of these stuff that he can't sell anywhere. And it's like, dude, that's what you get. It's like, I hope his neighbors loot him. I hope things go bad. Hopefully the neighbors know he has all that stuff and he gets looted for it. He's just out there trying to make money off of the misery that people might be feeling in other spots. So got no love for that guy. Yes, Alan's still confused by toilet paper craze. There was one article that came out that's like I don't know, a sense of control or something with it. I don't know. Maybe it's a toilet paper fetish. Who knows? Who really knows? More people need to be stocking up on condoms and canned foods and toilet paper. I predict there will be a baby boom here in December. There's no sports. Can't go outside, can't do anything else. Well, you know what we're gonna do then, right? So, but you definitely need the canned foods, and you better have the protection, or you're gonna have some babies out there in 9 months. Erie said, "Amen." Alan in the mouth, well balanced. Yeah, definitely a well balanced one for sure. New York Times had an article that people could ride the can if they could get the thing. Rob said, "Good stuff." And let's see here. Could always do unemployment pay like they do when work is slow. Yeah, I mean, there'll have to be some type of financial stimulus. Like I said, in that package, it's supposed to be a certain number, I think, of weeks that people were forced to have to take off, I guess. Um, I don't know how that'll be all enforced and everything like that. I haven't seen any of the stuff get released on the bill, just that they had passed in the House, and there were I think it was like six of the Republican congressman in Texas that didn't sign off on it or whatever, but it still passed anyway. So it'll be interesting because we're in an election year, and some of these elections come up, and people remember these type of things, who was maybe for it or against it, or what their reasoning was around it. Rob says, "Hey, good times, right?" I got enough beer to last at least through summer, so that's the main thing. No sports, no DFS, no concerts. Going to be a lot of fucking. Yeah, there is. If the vans are rocking, don't come and knocking, right? So there'll be a lot of that happening. A lot of kids are about to become brothers and sisters, older brothers and sisters. What's happening, Blake? Cheers, my friend. Ship paper is huge. Yeah. What's going on, Monica? Good to see you. How are you doing? Hopefully, things are good where you're at, and you're staying safe, I guess. So with the whole coronavirus thing, good to see you. Yeah, white, but yeah, right. And Erie said, "What's up, Blake? Cheers. Just now realized you was live. Well, I just went live just a few minutes ago, so nothing missed, Jeremy. Nothing really missed there. Just been on for a little bit of time." And Alan said, "What up, Blake TV?" and Monica as well. So yeah, it's a interesting thing right now to take place, to see what all happens, and reading the articles and stuff like that. If you wanted to see um, the actual numbers as they're trying to track everything, you can go to a website that John Hopkins set up. I actually shared that earlier too. When you look at the numbers, a lot of people, over half, are in recovery stage right now. There is some question if the people that recover can get it again, though. Apparently there's been possibility of some cases popping up where people had it and might have recovered and got it back. So we'll actually see what happened. Um, Monica says she's good. Recap this beer. Sounds good. And then Gilbert said, "I loaded up on canned food, cheese, and dried sausages, but nothing over the top. If this blows over soon, I'm going to get really fat." Yeah, we all run that risk. So, Monica, this is a cream ale that is done with blueberries, cinnamon, and vanilla extract. Basically reminiscent of like a blueberry yogurt parfait. Has a nice creaminess, nice frothiness to it. Definitely gives you that feel. A little bit of a tart sensation, but not overly done. Really nice balanced, and a great beer to enjoy if you kind of lead toward that tilt. If you like a creamy mouthfeel type beer, what a cream ale actually usually is, this one fits right in line with it. Not really too heavy. It's only 5.5% ABV. Nice medium body on it, and just a nice relaxing type beer. Again, you do have to be, I would say, slightly a little bit of maybe a sour type fan, because you're going to have a little bit of a tartness. You get a little bit of an acidity, a little bit of an astringency, as I mentioned before. But overall, I kind of dig this one. Monica said, "Hey, Eclectic Beer, good to see you." Hey, Blake, buddy. Jeremy said, "I just heard from doctors on TV this morning that they think the ones who tested positive twice was false positive." Oh, interesting. Okay. There was also some concerns about some of the false negatives that were possibly coming up. There was a report that came out, if you guys weren't aware, that the person in LA, I guess it was like the whoever led the press for the Brazilian president, he actually came up positive, and they were saying that the Brazilian president came up negative. Trump had actually mentioned it in the address the other day, but then there was another report that just came out yesterday saying the Brazilian president did come up positive. So they might be having him rechecked, I guess. But now there's concern about Trump and anybody around him because he was spending time with the Brazilian president and the guy that runs like their I forgot what the name of the title is, but that was there, basically with the president and people around Trump. Other people are being tested as well in the administration that have come in contact. So it's kind of interesting. The delay in testing positive from negative, I guess, is a day or two. So you just don't know. That's why some people, I guess, quarantine like 3 days, really. Blake, what's up, brother? No, you tell me. Sounds good. I like a fruity beer. Yeah, you would like this one. If you like a fruity beer, you would definitely like this one, Monica. Wolf's Ridge is actually out of Columbus, Ohio. I'm not sure how far they actually distribute outside the area, but I picked them up when I usually go to Columbus. I can get them here at Jungle Gyms, although I rarely do because there's so many other beers that I like to get. But definitely a nice one to check out. And it's one of their limited series they mentioned on here. I talked about it, that they actually have been asked by a lot of the people to actually bottle it, because usually it used to be just on keg at the brewery. They put it in a bottle so other people could actually enjoy it and take it home. Let me see here. What's up, Whiskey Scout in the house? Bet that would be good with some barbecue ribs. I would definitely give it a try for sure. I would probably say probably so. Are you grilling ribs right now, Scout? Oh man, I need to get a grill again so I can actually grill out. I just got rid of a grill a few years ago. I haven't gotten one back. Monica said, "Oh, whiskey sounds good." Yeah, whiskey's good as well. I have that here too. May drink some of that at some point. Gilbert's having a Chimay Blue, very nice. I do like the Chimay line and the Chimay Brews, and Chimay Blue is a good one for sure. Um, Alan said, "Cheers to whiskey," and the whole handling of this by the administration has been a clusterfuck. I agree. There was a comparison we were talking about earlier, like how the Obama administration handled the swine flu versus how it's handled under the Trump administration for this one. And even though in the Obama administration with the swine flu, there was deaths that, took place after that had been happening, it was more hands-on in what they were trying to do and kind of getting the information as was coming in. But that one seemed, I guess, to hit deaths a lot quicker than what this one is. Where this one, it was over a month before really paying attention to it. So it's kind of like everything was already out there at that point. So it's kind of like, we could have got involved a lot earlier as well. Let me see here. Monica, you're my wife now, Rob said. Let's see here. Scout says, "They collect the beard. Hey, buddy." And Blake said, "LL, Rob." Cheers, a Scout. Monica said, "What, Rob? Why? Thanks, but I have a boyfriend." LL. Scout says, "Blake TV Blake." Rob said, "Alan, Alan really, he want Democrats to run this shit." I don't think it's actually a political type thing. It just want people with competent leadership. I don't think it's just the Democrats on it. Although, like I said, when you look at the reports, they were more involved at the time than the Trump administration that kind of sat on their hands. In the end, it's all about doing the right thing for the people. It's not even a political type thing. It's just getting everything straight. It's funny. A lot of people criticize Bernie, but a lot of people now want help that Bernie's plan would have actually helped in this situation. If you look at the stuff that he was laying out there, that would have been preventive for a lot of this stuff that's happening. But that's neither here nor there at this point. No too cold to barbecue here today. We're actually like, I think about 48 or 49. So what is the perfect temperature for barbecuing? I know some guys that'll barbecue when snow is on the ground. So to some people, it's never too cold to barbecue. I do like how a lot of the grills now are getting set up though with the grill and the smoker. I think if I do get another grill, it'll definitely be a combo like that. At this point, that's neither here nor there. The handle on this has been a clusterfuck. The only difference is the media has handled the two. One no reported and one over reported. Yeah, the media has definitely been an issue with this whole thing as well. the fact that we had a lot of stuff that was already in place that Trump had cut doesn't really help the matter either. The fact that the CDC layoffs that took spots away from people that would have been definitely in a better position at this point would have also been great. There was actually a thing I saw earlier today that there was some of the Trump people that thought the virus wasn't even real and that was just being all made up, which I don't understand. I mean, you can easily go see the facts and stats on that, but again, that's neither here nor there. Not trying to get all political on the show, but it's just funny how people tie the politics into it. Blueberry, yes, ma'am. Nice blueberry parfait. Doesn't take away the fact that Trump has completely fucked up the handle on this. He's come out with so many misrepresentations. Yeah, it's true. He has. I mean, when you look at the stuff, Democrats always slowing things down. Are they though, Rob? Are they? I think both sides have actually slowed down things enough over the years, which is why we're in half the stuff that we're actually in. Most politicians are hiding. True, true, Gilbert. Most of them, they hide in their offices, or they don't. You can't get a hold of them. You can't. They hide. So yeah, Dad loves his smoker. I've never had a smoker, but I'm interested in seeing one, especially watching some of the barbecue guys when they use the smoker. Just seems like that's one area I like to learn how to cook more in. Blake says, cheers, Nikki. Blake says, cheers, Eric. Monica said, what is the size of that bottle, Rod? Oh, that's what she said. No, 22 ounces. Oh, let me see if I can get it here. Give it a second for the camera to zoom in. And that's a 22-ounce bottle. Yeah, so your bomber size beer, which I have a good amount of these down there as well, but at 5.5%, not really too heavy at a 22-ounce size. I've got some down there a lot more ABV that might be like a share beer type bottle size. Nikki's to Blake, and I grew all year. Blizzard gale, blizzards or rain. Was that blizzard, hail, or rain? Gotcha. I have a strict. I am not freezing my keister off rule to smoke any meat outdoors. But you don't have to stay out there the whole time, right? You could put it on and then go back inside. Erie said, "What snow?" Yeah, that's that South Carolina living for you right there. Gilbert said, "Cheers to Blake." Erie, don't say that too loud. We'll get it next year, and it'll shut down the state for a week again. Yeah. Well, the way stuff happens around here, you might get it next week with some crazy weather and pattern. LOL, goodness, Rod, good size bottle. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a bomber is a common size in the craft beer world for a lot of different things, especially some of the specialty brews. So a lot of breweries are always making that size of a bottle. Some are at 25.9-ounce bottles, and then you have some that are even bigger than that. There's a few that I got down. I got one downstairs that is from Stone and Jolly when they collaborated on a beer, and I think it's like a 59-ounce bottle. So some big bottles for sure. And that one's at 9% ABV, so one of those will definitely do you for a night. I have a smoker made by a good one in Burns, Kansas. Nice. And shit, everything shuts down this state. And then Alan says hashtag facts here. Yeah, we don't have any much problem when it does snow here as much as we do with the people that try to drive in the snow that just can't drive that good in the snow. It's kind of like, why did you come out today? Hey, Craig, what's going on? Cheers, my friend. Happy Sunday. What for you? Sunday evening, as you're now into the evening hours. And hopefully things are going well for you over there in the UK. And I know you guys have had a little bit more of an impact by the whole virus to what we've had thus far, although we are getting there, it seems. And a lot of specialists or so-called specialists saying they're expecting things to even get worse before they get better, right? So we're not there to that kind of midway point as of yet. So we'll see what happens. It's funny, one of the guys was doing a video up in Coney Island, Dutch Maz, his channel. If you've never seen him, check out Dutch Maz. And they were all in Coney Island going into the ocean today. So they kind of went out there and there was no social distancing. They all got a group together, went out there, had some fun, and went out and do whatever they're going to do. So the whole social distancing thing is kind of, are you for it? Are you against it? I feel like I've been doing that already. So with the social distancing type stuff, in most ways, I get to work from the house. I do a lot of the YouTube stuff. I do go out, spaces, buy things, go to breweries and stuff like that and everything. But for the most part, it's kind of like I like my alone time. So I've kind of become a fan of social distancing, but didn't know I was social distancing when I was doing it. What up, Dee? Cheers, my friend. How are you doing, brother? What is going on down in your neck of the woods? Um, Anything happening down in your state with the whole coronavirus stuff happening? Whiskey Scout, 59.2 ounces. That's a B-52 size bomber. Yes, that would be. Now I have to remember that the B-52 bomber. That's a good call. Yeah, the one I have downstairs from Stone. Yeah, that is that size. Oh no, it's Gale's son. A windstorm off the Great Lakes just had a 2-day gale Friday, Saturday. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a hail. Okay, I've never heard of a gale storm before. Interesting. Uh, and then Rob said, "So who do you want to run this?" I just want competent leadership. I mean, the people that are in place now, it's like the one guy that's the head guy. I can't remember his name, the short guy with the glasses. He knows. I mean, he's the most renowned specialist in it. He's saying stuff, but it's funny that there's points where they try to muffle some of the stuff he's saying. But you just want competent leadership. It doesn't matter what label you are. It's looking at some of the other stuff. I work in the financial, well, somewhat the financial type markets and stuff when I do for a living, and their board is a mix of Republican and Democrat, but it's kind of like they're all in there because they're competent of their roles. It doesn't matter what party you are when it comes to basically protecting the people that you're supposed to serve in the country. You just want the best leadership to be in there and do it fairly for everyone. They have closed all the bars and nightclubs and restaurants in Ireland from tonight. Oh wow! So Ireland had went into that mode. Can you still buy beer in Ireland? Like, can you go to a beer store, or does your grocery store have beer, or is it kind of like that shut down as well? Because I can't see him closing down all the grocery stores in all the countries just because if people need food, they need to be able to get access to it. But then again, can you make people go to work there that might be putting themselves at risk? Interesting thing. Yeah, some of our people here are not happy about the restaurants and the bars that'll be closing for sure. Funny thing is, a lot of the craft breweries, I've been getting stuff on my Facebook page about them all being open all day long. So they've been posting, yeah, we're here. If you want to come in, we're doing takeout. You can have it here. They're using plastic cups. They're taking all kinds of measures. They're telling you how they're disinfecting everything. Um, they got all this other stuff out there. So the breweries are trying to do what they can because, in the beer world, we talked about this the other day. Like with breweries, you're on a tight budget for what you have to spend to do your business and what you have to make off of it. Other companies are that way as well, but I mean it's really slim for a lot of the breweries, so they depend a lot on walk-in business and stuff. So that'll be interesting. Um, Scout says the problem is respective of party, which I agree. Democrats and Republicans are different, sides of the same coin, saying the same shit in different ways. We're in a political pendulum. After Trump, we'll see someone far, far left and then far, far right. Yeah, you get on the pendulum thing. Well, we know it won't be far, far left because Biden's going to get it over Bernie most likely for the nomination. So, although the whole thing with the whole Bernie and people keep saying social, it's like Bernie's no more than an FDR Democrat, but most people just don't understand that. And people say we would never have a socialist president, but it's like we had FDR who wasn't a full socialist, but the same stuff he was doing was socialist ideas, and he had the longest serving term as president. In fact, so long the Congress so we can't have a president serve that much longer like that. So they changed it up the rule to only 2 terms after him. And Patty's Day is going to be quiet. Yeah, I mean, unless there's people having some individual type parties and everything. I'm thinking about doing a St. Patty's Day live stream and just doing like Irish beers on the show. I haven't fully decided. I got to check my StreamYard balance on that, but that might be something to actually do because a lot of people won't be going out. Parades are canceled. I know Chicago canceled their St. Patty's Day parade. New York did theirs. Boston did theirs. Hadn't heard of Cincinnati, but I'm figuring at this point Cincinnati's probably closed as well. We were supposed to have opening day for the Reds in a couple weeks. That's probably gone because MLB's going to be in hiatus if they're not already. I haven't watched any of the baseball stuff, but I think they are. The only one that's not doing anything, the last time I saw was NFL, which is interesting. So they said they're still going full strength with their stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. They got like free agency and stuff they're doing this week, but I don't know when they're supposed to start their practices, but I heard like April 1st. Of course, they got the draft upcoming, so it'll be interesting to see. But they're the only major sporting league that I heard that hadn't done anything or that said they weren't doing anything as of yet. Ours has only really just started. Spain and France are now in lockdown. The over 70, the over 70s will be ordered in the coming days to self isolate for 4 months. Good Lord. Wow. Self isolate for 4 months? That is crazy. How can they actually enforce that, though? I mean, you're going to tackle some old people in the street, I guess. Although I did see on some of the China footage this past weekend that they actually they were putting people on full Nelsons. I don't know what these people were doing, if they were like contagious or they were trying to get not be in the street they're not supposed to be or whatever, but they were hauling some people away over there in China. Man, I better stock up on my whiskey, LOL. You can never have too much whiskey, Monica. Yeah, right. Out in 4 months. Holy hell. Rob said taken down, but I'm not sure what taken down was referring to there. Off licenses are still open of now, and supermarkets they are still open. Okay, so you still have that stuff actually out there. Hey, I can drink my Jack Green Apple with you, Rob. Well, there you go. That definitely works for sure. Um, People buying all the hand sanitizers, which doesn't kill the protein layer of the virus. But hey, what do I know? It's hard enough telling patients it's not the flu, right? Because they're all out there, well, it's just like the flu. No, it's really not. But that keeps getting misrepresented out there. China was welding apartment doors for whole apartment buildings with only one way in and out. Oh wow, I didn't hear about that. That's pretty crazy. Plus, as a safety factor, especially since China already had one building fall where they were housing people that were patients. Other than large groups, everything is open in Ontario. Let run its course. What if you did have a group of people get together? Who would say it's the large group, right? Who would be the one that would have to count the group and say, "Oh, you guys are two people over. Got to send someone home. Send a two, and you got to leave." I mean, is somebody counting the people to let them know? No, you can never have too much whiskey. I'm a bit cheated though. Yeah, Scout. I mean, you're living in a liquor store pretty much, so there's never too much whiskey at your house. I know. It's like there's never too much beer at mine. Although I could use some more. I was going to actually do a beer run earlier today just to see what else is out there. Because my feeling is, if things are getting a little tight, that people aren't going out as much and these stores got stuff on their shelves, they want to get stuff moved off to get something back, they're probably going to start discounting some things as well. So you're going to probably see some deals possibly out there as companies may need to move stuff if they don't get enough people coming through. So keep your eyes open for those. You might get rewarded for that, which is always great when you get like the big bourbon type beers because they're like 12, 15% or whatever like that, and you're getting them at a fraction of the price. That's what makes it awesome. If it all goes down, I'm heading whiskey's way. LOL. Good mood. Well, going whiskey's ways is a good thing for the whiskey, but I may have to go Vanessa's way because she has everything else in the survivalist handbook you could possibly need. So, but I have no problem. We could put whiskey and Vanessa in charge of stuff. That works for me. Oh, yeah, it's going to be it'll be interesting. A few of the people described going to their stores was like, think you were the scene of The Walking Dead. It was just like um, so desolate and so many things that were off the shelves. Taking down 50% of the bomb beers. Okay, um, that it's just kind of an eerie type feeling. I saw a picture of one of my friends. They have friends coming back from Colorado. They were supposed to go skiing. Well, the ski resorts were closed down, and so they were on the plane. And on the plane, there were only like they took a picture. There was only like 20 people on the plane, basically, which was kind of eerie. So it was like one of the smaller jets, but there were so many empty seats that were on there. And of course, they all got together for the picture. So again, social distancing didn't apply because they all got together so they could all be in the picture together, which is pretty funny. What's up, Richie? What's going on, my friend? Cheers, buddy. Hope you're staying safe there. Oh yeah, Scout says just bring toilet paper though. If you bring toilet paper, Scout has the whiskey for you. So just it's a team thing. Toilet paper for entry to Whiskey Scouts. One roll gets you 1/5. Oh, it's hilarious. Oh, what's going on, Richie? How are you doing today as well, my friend? And Monica said, "LOL, whiskey." So is anybody else drinking anything right now? Kicking back on a Sunday, relaxing. Alan, you drinking any more of those Bud Light seltzers at all, or did you knock all of those out? I'm going to tease you about that for a while. You know that, right? Hey, Richie, hope you're doing good. Jeremy said, and Richie's at low to Scout and Gilbert as well. It's funny. I've drank through pretty much this whole bottle, and it still has a nice amount. It's got a little bit, really just like a fingernail of head there that's kind of hanging in there, but it has a nice frothy feel to it still, which is nice. Um, he said I got one left, which is why I need to go buy some good shit. Yeah, you better get some more stuff there for sure. Um, let's see. Jeremy said to Richie, "Hope you're doing good. Not too bad. How are you?" And Monica says, "It's a bit too early for me to drink. It's only 1 p.m." 1 p.m. That's fine to actually drink. Actually, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, so it's just a matter of you putting yourself in the right zone. But nothing wrong with drinking at 1 p.m. I mean, you get Bloody Marys at brunch, and that's at 11 a.m. or mimosas. So what's wrong with one? Rod, let me tell you how nuts things got. The price of a face mask for the office has gone from $3.25 to now $50 a box, of $50 a mask. I had to take them out of ops due patients so the patients didn't do take them. Wow. Wow, that is one hell of a markup. And for a thing where it's supposed to be price gouging against the law, these things are still happening. It's crazy. Good thing is 21, which is craft beer, is open until 8. And the Lowe's grocery store has an awesome selection in growlers. Oh, awesome. So you're able to get some stuff loaded up there. Are you going to run out there tonight to get some things before they close in? Because I'm going to probably jump on some Call of Duty if you want to jump on later. Not drinking after last night and that sorry stout I had this morning. Oh, yeah, so I didn't get a chance to tune in, but I saw the thumbnail. I haven't watched it yet, but you were on Stout Sundays with Alex today. What stout did you actually drink on there? Richie said I found a big pack of Cottonelle. It was limit 1 at Target this morning. Yeah, stores are putting the limits in, but that makes sure that everybody can get something. So you got probably one of the mega packs or whatever, so which is pretty good. So that'll definitely last a while, hopefully. And Richie said, "Hey to Alan, I actually had one of those yesterday." Erie said, "You had one of the Bud Lights yesterday?" Monica said, "Yeah, but I have no control when I drink whiskey." Even better, you got the whole day to have fun and relax with it. Oh, I like to see Monica just loses control when she has the whiskey. Let Monica drink some whiskey, then take Monica to the grocery store so she can yell at people for taking all the toilet paper and sanitizer. I heard that they are having problems with some hospital staff stealing isolation gowns, face masks, hand sanitizer, etc. Wild stuff. Yeah, there was a story about one of the hospitals that was on the news Wednesday night or Thursday night, NBC Nightly News, and there was a hospital and a bunch of masks have been stolen out of that one that they had to pretty much start locking stuff down. I mean, when people fall on desperate needs, desperate measures take place, and people are going to do what they think they got to do to survive. A lot of times it might be panic in this type of situation, but people are going to do this stuff. I'm going to be on Call of Duty a bit later, waiting on the governor's press conference so I know whether or not I had to take the older kid to her mom. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. We had a press conference, I think. Our governor did it last night, but there was nothing really too notable from it that we didn't already know. Yeah, he's delayed, Alan. Apparently, he's like you and Blake doing the B&A show. Oh, so he don't start on time either. Interesting. Maybe it's a Southern thing. Maybe it's just, just mosey on in when it's time. Yeah, I'm actually 3 hours ahead of you, Monica, so it's 4 here. So, um, but yeah, I actually probably would have done a video earlier, except I was actually um, working on some other stuff. I got a few uploads I'm going to upload to the channel, and then I was getting caught up on some of the old shows. No sports, so I was kind of watching some shows and kind of doing a little bit of a binge there. Erie, stop hating. Fashionably late is the late you want to be. Jeremy said, ouch, Erie, feel the burn. Evil Twin Imperial Stout that said something about banana and had maple syrup mixed in it. Not your cup of tea. Wow. Evil Twin usually does a pretty good stout, but depending if you're not into the ingredients they're using, it can definitely pan out on you rather quickly. Alan said, it is a Southern thing. Rarely any Southerners are on time. Yeah, it does happen, But I mean, it was Northern. This is also, I mean, is it really a Southerner thing though? Because I know in the last couple of things that we were waiting to hear Trump speak, he was late on stuff when he was supposed to start too, and he's a Northeastern guy, so um, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I like to be. I believe in the Vince Lombardi rule. Be there 10 minutes early if you got a meeting, if you got something to do. I'm like that. Like when he ran the Packers, his rule was 10 minutes early is when you should actually be there before the meeting starts. Um, and then Erie said, "Ain't nothing fashionable about y'all." To which Jeremy laugh. But which reminds me, Alan, did you get the Stein yet? Did you hear it on the Stein? Did it arrive yet, or is it? If it's not there today, I got to think it'll be there by tomorrow. But I didn't know if it came in this weekend for you or not. And I think the key ring is supposed to be there tomorrow as well. Yeah, but right now, since there's not much on sports, my TV, I got like American Pickers on or so. Because I do like American Pickers. That's one of my guilty pleasures. I enjoy that show. Okay, so it'll probably be tomorrow then, I think. Because I saw on the tracking number, they had estimated delivery for today, but I figured it might roll to Monday. Now, some things, if they send it UPS or whatever, or postal service, you will get it. We do get mail on Sunday, but I think that might be just if Amazon does it. I don't know if they do it for the other companies. Tomorrow, Didi said, I'm going to have a Kettle One with club soda. I need a little stronger kick today. I still don't understand the tissue buying. Please get me up to date on this need. I don't know. It's one of those things that kind of like maybe it's something that caught a craze. Like somebody put something out there and people started buying into it, and everybody started just kind of snowball effect. Don't know why they need it, but they just know they need it type of situation. They're not really thinking about it, but people went in for the toilet paper, which actually, if America ever did catch on to just installing bidets, which is only like $59, I think you can get them at Amazon and install them yourself. They had technically, from what I've been told, actually clean better than toilet paper anyway. So you'd be better off go ahead and using this opportunity, maybe get a bidet and not have to worry about it as much. And then you can actually go from that point forward. Yeah, I enjoyed the chat as well last night, Craig. It was awesome. I was glad that you were able to. We could finally get that done, and you came on. And if you guys didn't see that last night, Kent Beer Reviews, we did a beer tuber spotlight highlighting his channel and talking about some of the beer things. So if you haven't seen that, you can definitely watch it here on the channel and just check out the video. But Craig's doing some great things on his beer channel, so make sure you check him out. Scott said, I like Evil Twin products, but this one was a bummer for me. Yeah, it's hard for a brewery to bat, 1,000, right? They're going to have some stuff that you're not going to maybe favor as much, or some you're just not going to like at all. It happens. That is no Evil Twin. They've definitely got a higher average, I guess, so to speak. Keeping in the baseball analogy, they're pretty much solid as far as putting some beers that get on base. DD, they're saying it's psychological. People see someone stocking on something and feel the need to do the same. Some how group think got the itch for toilet paper. Yeah, well, like I said, my one Facebook post. Hopefully, get the itch for. There's a lot of deodorant and stuff out there too that they're not buying up, or toothpaste. Make sure you get that itch as well. You may be in the house by yourself, but you may be with other people. So no bad breath, no halitosis, and no funky underarms, right? So make sure you're getting that stuff too if you're stocking up. Coming from AccuCopy. I'll shake my head until it's shaking my head until it spins off, right? Yeah, toilet paper is the crazy thing right now. I think someone did actually buy into it or something, and it kind of got a craze going. So it's a mass hysteria on a certain level at this point, but it is what it is. That being said, I am actually to the end of the beer, which means I'm going to actually jump off so I can grab another one, and I'm going to jump on into the Rajay Gaming channel. I'm going to play a little Call of Duty. Alan, let me know when you're back later. I'll probably be playing later tonight as well. And just want to kick back and relax for the rest of the Sunday. I was supposed to do taxes, but that didn't happen. So I still got some time there. And word is they may actually move the deadline for the taxes being due if things aren't kind of cleared up as well. But I'll get them done out of the way ahead of time anyway. But you may hear that as well. That all being said, thanks for everybody that tuned in. Hopefully, stay safe out there. You have a great Sunday. I'm going to upload some other stuff to the channel here, some other videos probably later tonight. I may go live again tonight, depending. Tonight's the return of Westworld on HBO, so I watch that at 9. And depending how long the episode is tonight, I may do something after that, or I may do something before it, depending after dinner. So if I do something, make sure you hit that alarm bell so you're notified if I am live again as well. And then Tuesday, like I said, I'm debating. I got to check some things, but Tuesday night may do a St. Patty's Day live stream, and that one I may do StreamYard. So if people want to join me on Tuesday, let me know. If you have some Irish beers, we can talk about Irish beers and stuff like that. Since a lot of St. Patty's Days, things will probably be shut down. We'll do our own St. Patty's Day thing. I've got like an Irish Red right now, and I've got an dry Irish Stout down in the cooler that I'm going to probably save for that night. But if anybody else wants to join me, feel free to do so. That being said, hit the last few comments. I'm Monica says later, Rod. Bye, everybody. Hugs and blessings, y'all. Back to you as well, Monica. Thank you for being here and be safe. Rich says cheers all and be safe and concur. Everyone stay sane and safe. And Jeremy says cheers, Rajay. Yeah, everybody be safe out there. Common sense, right? Just make sure people are doing common sense stuff around you. Washing the hands, washing it long enough to wash the hands. Sanitizer, think twice on the handshakes, I guess. Go to the elbow bump, or you can give them the Wakanda sign, or you can give them the, I can't do the Spock thing because I can't get my fingers together the right way all the time. But, you come up with different things that you don't have to shake hands. So, just remember that kind of stuff, I guess. And, everybody will get through it, but it's mainly the common sense portion that people have to remember. And remember, we're all in it together as well. I saw one of the things that Joe was saying on his stream is kind of like, it's a good time to maybe talk to your neighbors, see if your neighbors need help with anything too, especially if they're older, just to make sure they're in good shape and stuff too. But that being said, everybody be safe out there. Enjoy your Sunday. Kick back and relax, and we'll see what the next step is. Cheers, everybody, and I will catch up with you soon. And cheers, Bourbon Bounty. Just saw you there. Thanks. Appreciate you swinging by. See ya.